Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith in the Black channel here at Ticker Talker. And if it's Tuesday, it's the Strat Attack Show. We hop in the urban assault vehicle and see what's going on. Yeah, so far a nice little month are going on. SPY just going into exhaustion risk. We know that. New highs, new highs, new highs. A little boring. The fun was Q's. It did it today. What we've been looking for the month. Here, boom. Hammer, counter, shooter. These two become an outside bar of this. Anytime we were over 324.33, where are we going? Here. 338.19, boom, got it. So now we're into exhaustion risk. The wild card here is going to be SMH because we had XLK do its job, hammer, counter, shooter, and take that out and go because we knew that was going to be Microsoft here, 222, which it did, still going. And now Apple. Still good on this here, for that XLK, to keep getting that XLK going here. So as long as Apple's over 128.72, and there you go, Apple. We also had things hit magnitude as well. NVIDIA, thank you. Thanks for playing. Hammer, counter, shooter, boom. Over 556.81. Give me 627.18 after taking this out. 614.69. These two become an outside bar of all that. We also had Adobe hit magnitude. Hammer, counter, shooter, going to take this out. These two become, let's get the pointer. These two become an outside bar of that. Above this, 482.41, trading 514.86. Nice job. There we go. So Amazon comes up just shy of the goal line today. So here, we still need to take this out. That 34.34 after taking this out. 31.82, and boom, just came up just shy of the goal line. So we'll see if we can take that out. Got plenty of month left to do it. End of the day kind of sold off. You got a little shooter here, so we'll see. You got plenty of month left so far. 322 looks like it's going to take care of business. If we go to ISRG, now ISRG's got some more room here. Hammer, counter, shooter. So long as it's over 760.77, there you go, 794, and we're looking to take this out here, 812.79, still well on its way. If we go to SQ, and SQ here, 222, and that's good, over 258.48, 273.23, and we're looking to take this out. 283.18, give me 283.19. If we go to Costco, Costco still 2 down, 2 up monther, over 357.77, still good. And that tells us, take a look at Walmart, which is kind of just sitting here, but we'll see. So far over 137.59, just barely over that, so we can keep an eye on that. If we go to PFPT, going to see this, the 2 down, 2 up on the month, over 132.53, so that's still good as of right now. If we go to BDX, BDX just trying to take that out today in the 2-2 monther, so we want to keep an eye on this over 249.64. You're just barely over that, but like I said, plenty of month left. If we go to EW, and this is yet to trigger, but this would be RevStrat, so we want to keep an eye on this as it breaks 86.88. You're right around there, just kind of circling. We'll see if we can get that done. If we go to Lulu, and Lulu here would be 2-2 up. 2 down, 2 up, over 321.30. You're there. And interesting how it did it, too. You can see this trying them out. Here's their 2-2 reversal right there. Marching up here, not quite an inside day, but if you go down to that 60 here, you're going to see they triangle them out. It broke first, then it came back within the month. So you're going to see this broadening formation like this, and here's how you wait for it to get in. So it triggers by going up into here, right? So you can take that monthly break like here in the 2-2, 2 up. You can take that. But if it comes back into the month, you got to scratch it. And that's okay because we know if this works, this 2 down, 2 up, we're going to come back and be an outside bar of all this, you see? So that here was 321.50, the high of that on that. Right here, that's something. That's how you get in on this, 321.50, because once again, 321.30 was the high of the month, right? So that's 20 cents above that and gives you that triangle magnitude. So that's how you want to look to enter on something like a Lulu. If we go to NEE, also here, 2-2 month to the upside, 2 down, 2 up, over 76.91, still working. If we go to PayPal, not there yet. We're going to keep an eye on this one right here. 277.50. So you're almost there in PayPal. We'll see if we can start knocking that out. If we go to Domino's Pizza, here, 2 down, 2 up, back through previous range. That's what we like. So far, so good. Over 377.97. If we go to Baba. Baba's close here, and so Baba's kind of squirreling around in here. Gapped up today, so we'll see if we can get out of here. You got 240, 279, so it came back into that range and had a gap yesterday, and it's kind of sitting here, so it's going to kind of disseminate that gap a little bit, but certainly going to keep an eye on that level going forward. If we go to eBay, monthly, 2 up, 2 down, 2 up, over 62.67, looking to take this out, 64.85. So not a lot of magnitude on that. Sometimes they just keep a going. So if we go to EA, and EA here, 2 down, 2 up, on the month over 138.28, you're there. If we go to AWK in the Utes, another thing we look for, that outside, 3, 2, 2. To magnitude go up there. So AWK takes out 150.53. Still rolling along, looking to take this out, 166.08. If we go to Autodesk, Rev Strat Monther, inside shooter, countered by hammer, still good, above 286.90. Just kind of a little stuck there today, this week so far, but we'll see. ZM handling an inside month, but you do have this. Now, slightly inside weak. You see all those pivots? This is what we're looking for. Try and take all these guys out at least here. 357.39, so you got some little bit more room potentially on that. If you go to TJ Maxx in the retail, red on the week, so we'll be aware of that for now. But on the month, still watching this hammer counter shooter above 68.05. It's just kind of sitting there right now, but plenty of month left. If we go to CRM, 2 up, 2 down, back here, over 220.20, still good, and still looking to take all the way up to here. 251.23 would be very nice. If we go to PKI, and here, 2-2 reversal in the month, over 130.82, trading 35.35, still good. If we go to Splunk, hasn't done it yet, but this would be a 3-2-2 if you can take it out. You got the outside month, then the 2 down. So you got a little distance, so we can keep an eye on Splunk over 152.81. So you got a little bit of acreage on that, but we'll see if it can get there. If we go to NET, stuck in this tight range. Stop them out up there, kind of like NVIDIA. Stop them out down there. Now let's get going again over 77.49. You're there right now, so we'll see if that can pick up a little bit more steam. If we go to TXG, a little bit more room. Shooter, hammer, 222 over 193.82. And the magnitude here, 201.70. So not a ton of magnitude on that. But we'll see. If we go to DG, here, 2 down, 2 up. In the month, 205.41, trading 212. See if we can go take all this stuff out and go back to the highs. The jury's really out here in the SMH. SMH hasn't made the magnitude yet, right? 2 up, 2 down, and now in the week does this. It's challenged in here. So this morning took out last week's lows, but came back into that range. So the question is, which side of this week do we do? Do we stay red here? Do we start coming roaring back? Does it pull back a little bit? Because it hasn't hit all that, and so jury's out on a lot of this stuff here. If we take a look at some of these things in here, SWKS, you can see this on the week. It's green and just kind of sitting here. You still have this on the month, the hammer counter shooter. That's still good, just whether it's going to be this week or not. And it is green on the week, so that's good. If you go to Agilent, letter A, a little better. Today, semis were trying to come in, and you can see that had a nice day. It was up, and that monthly hammer counter shooter here, over 128.47, looking for 136.98. If you go to Microchip, here you can see that gets stopped short on the 222 on the weekly here. Now it's a 2 down on the week. So right now it's pausing and trying to negate that. All right, everything needs to be confirmed or negated. The question is, can you set this up for the 222 next week or later in this week to come back? If we go to Marvell, also, you can see that 2-2 week to the downside, that monthly, still challenged here on the Rev Strat. So these things stalling out a bit. If you go to Cirrus Logic here, tried to go 2-2 and then comes back in. So we're seeing a lot of that here, like so. With AMD trying to take out that weekly low, and AMD and Xilinx both going inside days for tomorrow. So that might give us a few clues on what's really going to play out with these things. If you go to MU, see MU went 2-2 reversal on the day, down to that month, comes back into the range, so it wasn't 2-2 anyway, but weekly's now an outside week for MU. If you go to AMAT, 2-2 week to the downside, so keeping an eye on all that kind of stuff. LRCX here slightly took out that low, so we'll see if all that kind of stuff follows through. You've got OLED going 2-2 weaker to the downside, and that's potential monthly. Whew. It'd be a big three-star, but it is red on the month. But there's your 2-2 weaker to the downside. IBM and the Dow also inside weak to the downside. You've got Western Digital also 2-2 weak to the downside, coming back through this range to keep an eye on. If we go to energy, XOP, and you can see this, taking out last week's lows. And the thing about these things, in the energies, you're close to taking out the lows of the month. Here, below 76.09. XLE, here, would be below 47.26. OIH, here, below 179.53. So a lot of these things really close. We've got an oil number coming out tomorrow. You've got PXD, taking out last month's lows and an inside day to see if that gets anything going. Slob in the OIH is taking out last month's lows. Here, below that, 26.19. So Oxy also taking out last month's lows, shooter, below 25.35. You've got Valero and the refiners skirting that, so we want to keep an eye on this. It's taking out last week's lows. It's 3-2 down on the week. Here, oh no, not quite, 2-2 down, but we want to, I mean, a lot of these things are right on the cusp of taking these months out. That HFC, you can see this right on the cusp of taking these out if they want to start coming in on these things. You do have Emerald Hess, nowhere near taking out last month's lows, but you do have this weekly here, outside week to the downside. So oil number coming out tomorrow morning, we'll see how that handles that. If we go to NIU, it's an inside week to the downside, and we'll see if anything more comes of that. CAN here, inside week to the downside, goes 2-2 month to the downside, and now inside day to see if there's any more measured move to that. If we go to SGen here, SGen, that's still inside, but we have seen a little bit of bio weakness. And so on the weeklies, is Rev Strat to the downside here. Inside, then up, then down, as long as it goes below 140.83. Right, popped up a little bit on that, so we'll see if that goes. Because we had the airlines. Well, let's go to plug. Did I go to plug? Yeah, pluggy inside week and down, and that's taken out last week's lows too, so we can keep an eye on that. The airlines fought back today in some of the pandemics because it's still an inside month. United. The weekly is Rev Strat, and it did its job. You can see the higher high and lower low there, right? So when you Rev Strat here and take the 2-2 down, you're looking to take that out. You hope you take this out, right? But it comes back up into the range here. So, but it is still Rev Strat if it starts to drop in. But you can see this closer to being a 2-2 on the day back up. But we'll see what the rest of the week brings for those guys. Cruise ships, similar, RCL, like so. Here, inside, then her did not hit the magnitude down here. Took these guys out, but not weak enough to take that. So we'll see with CCL here, if this can re-break this, 27.69. So those things popping back up a little bit. So we have a lot of things that hit magnitude. That's good. A lot of those big movers. A lot of these things still enforce your apples and all those kind of things to see what's going to go on. You've got this hodgepodge in the semiconductors that needs to play out. And we want to see if these energies continue to weaken. That's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, the Black Channel here. Ticker Talk, Strat Attack.